The 6'11" forward out of Auburn.
Now Filipowski stepped to the set. Only 3 games tonight in the NBA. This is the latest tip of the 3. Here is Kevin Durant. He'll work on Filipowski. Durant bounces off the Smith. Smith for 3. He opens the scoring.
And right away, Markkanen helping out Filipowski, but a great read by Durant. Jabari Smith left open, knocking down the 3. Houston, they don't shoot a high rate of 3-pointers, so knocking one down early, good for the Rockets.
The Rockets take the second fewest threes in the NBA, but they do shoot them well. They're top 10. Here goes Markkanen. Markkanen gets 2 feet in the paint as Markkanen draws first blood for the visitors.
And it's almost unfair. I mean, to be 7-1, driving from the perimeter and to be able to hit a floater like that, just showing the skill here early.
Here's Şengün, puts his back into Filipowski. He'll find Smith. That one's Tari Eason. Eason's picked up by Isaiah Collier, and that pass is picked off. Now Filipowski with all that length. He'll shovel off on Cody Williams as Williams lays it up and in.
And we talk about the size of Houston, but there's a lot of size here in this front court for Utah, particularly with Ace Bailey, 6'9", maybe close to 6'10" as well. You saw that length on defense.
That pass got deflected off the rim. It's gobbled up by Filipowski. He stepped, however, on the baseline, so the ball will remain.
Playmaking abilities, but 2 possessions, you saw a steal by Filipowski and a nice deflection, active hands from the Jazz.
Well, you talk about all that length. Jazz fans have to be excited as they look forward to the future with this Jazz roster. More on that as tonight unfolds as Filipowski took a bomb. He'll bank and miss. Amen Thompson hauled it in, but he dribbled it off the foot of Smith. And that's
get there in transition, Markkanen. So right now, with the exception of that last shot, I was saying they're getting paint touches.
Here's Amen Thompson. And through contact, he puts it up and draws the. You know, you have 6'11", Kyle Filipowski. You mix in
to see how the game has evolved, to see these big men playing together and coexisting. Now, as a player, particularly as someone who plays small forward, I would hate that. The guard, a 7'1" Markkanen, I don't know if I'd like that.
Bill Hardy played the 3 as Evan Mobley and Jared Allen were the 4 and 5.
Saw a lot of that.
Did indeed.
But this speaks how the game has evolved. What these big men can do today, quite extraordinary.
Quick hands by Isaiah Collier. Collier puts it up. He got fouled from behind by Amen Thompson. In fact, in the 5 games before the All-Star break, Collier dished out a combined 66 assists, including a 22-assist beauty in Indy against the Pacers. So this is a young man really starting to blossom, playing that point guard role, and as the ball's down to Smith. Smith cross-court to Thompson. Back it goes to Smith. Good ball movement east-west by the Rockets. Results in a Kevin Durant corner 3 that doesn't go. Bailey tips it to himself, and out trots Collier once again. He'll snap a pass to Williams. Now Filipowski. Filipowski got avalanche as Tari Eason was there, and he just took it away. Durant now on the bounce. Works on Williams. Finds Şengün. Şengün to the rim. He lays it in.
Great footwork there by Şengün, but you see they're not letting Durant isolate. They ran at him. He made the right read and found his buddy for the easy 2.
Filipowski deals to Collier. Collier makes the 3. Got Durant in the air. Collier got inside. And
he's met with Will Hardy, and he referenced Tony Parker, who he spent playing off of 2 feet, and that was something that Isaiah worked on this offseason, and it has paid off as he's shooting 51% from the floor.
We see the pressure again by the Jazz. A steal. Bailey leaks out and dunks. And Ime Udoka wants a timeout. NBA app or NBA.com to start streaming today as we are back underway. Corner 3 by Josh Okogie doesn't go. This was a Rocket team that was plagued by late turnovers 2 nights ago in Madison Square Garden as they had an 18-point lead in the 4th quarter and couldn't hold on. They committed 9 turnovers in that final frame. Utah defensively has jumped on the Rockets. They forced 5 early miscues here this evening as Thompson comes up with a loose ball.
That residue from the other night in New York sort of continuing here tonight. Not the start that Ime Udoka wanted. And that little 3-quarter press giving Houston all kinds of problems valuing the basketball.
Şengün draws a double. Smith with a 3.
And that's what you have to do. If you're going to double team Şengün here, I think first possession of the game for Houston from that same spot off a double team.
Here's Markkanen. Markkanen had to take it away. Durant has his head up. Lead a pass to Thompson. Now to Smith. Showtime!
Right there, Udoka said something in that timeout that has woken up the Rockets.
Ime has a way of getting his team's attention, does he not?
He gets broadcasters' attention. I was ready to go when we met with him earlier.
Markkanen. Off it goes to Filipowski. Filipowski floats it up and in. I think Ime is still upset that you switched his chair and gave him the mini one.
I was,
Here's Thompson.
a little practical joke.
Thompson drives, floats, scores, and Amen Thompson has a chance for the
Defense last year in the NBA. And with Fred VanVleet out for the season, has assumed more of a role as the primary ball handler and has shown glimpses of greatness in the offensive end, particularly in the paint.
certainly has had to add to his duties as Thompson, as Filipowski finds Bailey. Bailey works on Eason. Back it goes to Collier. Collier playing with 2 fouls. The shot clock winds to 1. Collier fades away. The loose ball's tipped by Filipowski. Eventually gobbled up by Şengün. Here's Thompson on the run once again. He'll throw on the brakes. Dump back to Smith. Smith's been hot early, and he has another. Jabari Smith is at 5 quick turnovers. Ime Udoka takes a timeout, gets his club's attention, settles things down, and the Rockets are in the midst of an 11-2 run as we are back underway. Markkanen off the feed from Collier, launches a 3, tracked down by Smith. You're just joining us. What a start for Jabari Smith. 11 quick points as Thompson tears to the basket and lays it in.
And what a quick move right there. Thompson in transition, but they are much more engaged since that timeout by Udoka. Just come out with a sense of purpose and high energy and really good defense for Houston.
Collier works in towards Smith, shovels back to Filipowski. Filipowski unloads and drills a 3.
And that's the luxury that Utah has. You have bigs who can really step out, play on the perimeter, and Filipowski, a Duke legend, showing his range.
Started all 72 games he played at Duke over a 2-year stretch. Eason between the circles. He'll bounce off and find Şengün. Steve McKylen has checked in for the visitors as Durant fires. Tatum's got it. The Rockets have opened this ball game 4 for 6 from three-point territory. Filipowski is watched by Şengün. He'll play through Markkanen. Markkanen works his way to the foul line, had it knocked away. Up ahead it goes to Thompson, but that pass was too ambitious and out of bounds.
Job just taking what the defense gives him, and the three's there, he'll knock it in.
Durant's coming off a 30-point performance 2 nights ago against the Knicks as John Conchar works his way inside. He was acquired with Jaren Jackson in that deal with the Grizzlies. Kevin Love, an 18-year veteran, makes his first appearance as well.
Right now, Utah, they're going to have to get some stops. I mean, they have not had a lot of resistance the last few minutes on this side of the court.
Does Smith have another? Indeed he does.
How about Jabari Smith? Locked and loaded here. He is feeling it.
Sizzling early. Here's Vince Williams, also acquired from the Grizzlies in that Jackson deal. His pass is tipped out of bounds by Clint. Here is Conchar. That 3 is no good. Big side rebound is grabbed by Smith. Here's Durant again. Durant to reach Shepherd. Shepherd has 3.
I'll tell you what, we said they don't shoot a high rate of threes, but they shoot a high percentage. And now Houston is focused from 3.
Rockets have hit their last 8 shots. That 3 ball is no good. Tipped by Love. Gets it off to Conchar. Love steps back. Vinny Smith in a crowd had it for a moment. Then he tried to rip it away from Conchar. However, he stepped on the baseline. And the
an off season at some point, and even though they're facing each other for the 3rd time this regular season, says it is still so surreal being on the court with his all-time favorite player.
Great stuff, Ashley. Thanks so much. What a long, storied resume for Kevin Durant. Here's Shepherd. The pass from Şengün. Talk more about Kevin as tonight unfolds as Şengün makes it look easy. He spins right down the lane and lays it in to give the Rockets his 40-25 lead.
Just incredible footwork and feel.
Love keeps it alive for a Williams three. Love a second offensive rebound on this possession. Markkanen puts it on the floor, throws a shoulder into Shepherd, puts it up and in, and Markkanen.
It's a possession by getting the rebound.
Opening minute, second quarter. Markkanen's joined by 4 reserves. Williams, Love, Konchar, and Sensabaugh. As for the Rockets, Şengün, Eason, Thompson, Okogie, and Shepherd make up the Houston 5. Shepherd lobs to Şengün. He's guarded by the 18-year veteran in Kevin Love. Inside it goes to Thompson, taken away by Markkanen. Markkanen on the run, in toward Eason. Off it goes to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh, the Ohio State alum, back to Markkanen. Markkanen trying to throw it down and got fouled by Şengün.
2 possessions in a row. Markkanen, not known for his rim protection, but showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
Both Şengün and Kevin Durant are fresh off an all-star appearance in LA a handful of days ago. For Şengün, it was appearance number 2. For Durant, number 16. Shepherd, guarded by Konchar. Shepherd called upon to take some of the point guard duties with Fred VanVleet in the lineup. He was injured in preseason workout in the Bahamas. Really bad news for this Rocket club. A Sensabaugh down the lane off the Love feed. He'll float and score.
And Utah has had their best offensive possessions when they get stops and get down the floor and attack before the Rockets defense can get set.
The Jazz have offered a 7-0 run. Thompson looks for an opening. Into the corner it goes. Wide open three by Okogie this long. Williams up ahead to Markkanen as Markkanen continues to run. He'll find Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh twists, got Okogie in the air, tried to find the cutter in Williams. It's shoveled back to Love. Love with a pump fake, got Şengün in the air and rattles it in.
Nice possession, getting paint touches, getting that defense to shift and collapse, creating that open top of the key 3 for Kevin Love.
It has been a first half of runs. Kevin Love in his first season with the Jazz, 5-time All-Star. Ball was tipped and ends up out of bounds. Şengün, twist and score.
And smart. They've been trying to post up Şengün at the free throw line, getting him on the block for an easy 2. But right now, Utah finding some rhythm as Jabari Smith and Durant on the bench.
Okogie with a good defensive play, knocked it away from Sensabaugh. Half it goes to Eason for the throwdown as, well, Williams went spilling into the Utah bench.
Certainly looked that way from that angle.
Meanwhile, here's Love. He'll find Collier. Collier works his way inside, goes to the left hand. That's rebounded by Eason. Eason's out here with Durant, Smith, Okogie, and Shepherd. Shepherd will find Eason. Eason drives, double clutches. Love cleans the glass and outlets to Collier. Collier just 21 years of age to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh seems to be finding a rhythm in this his 3rd NBA season. Terrific before the break as Okogie drives and has it knocked away by hands. Love on the other end. Williams tips it, goes to Shepherd. Long lead pass, finds Durant. Durant deals off to Eason. Eason puts it up and in.
And Kevin Durant just draws a crowd. 6'10", finds the streaking Eason. Pretty high percentage offense there from the Rockets.
Love and Collier play catch up top. Now Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh works in toward Shepherd. He lost the ball, but he gets it back. Sensabaugh floats it up and in.
Sensabaugh's 3rd year has turned into a nice player. Had a 40-point game a few weeks ago, so he can flat out score. Not just a shooter, a scorer.
Yeah, he had a stretch in mid-January where in 3 consecutive games he went for 43, 27, and 25 as we have a travel call. This is a guy in Sensabaugh averaging 12.5.
Played well as of late.
Played a single season at Ohio State, led the Buckeyes in scoring and 3-point percentage back in 22-23. Filipowski's back in the ballgame. He'll work on Smith. Smith knocked it away and it pinballs over to Shepherd. Smith crossed over Filipowski. Gets inside and lays it in as Smith's fine. First half continues. He's 6 of 7 for 16 points.
Just in attack mode right there. Smith showing not just a shooter, but can put it on the floor.
Certainly giving the Jazz something to think about, and he does at the other end as well. And Smith with the rejection. Okogie slashes, reverses, and scores. And Will Hardy wants another timeout. Half of runs, the Jazz executed a 10-0 stretch, and the Rockets answered with a 2 run of their own on the other side of the break as Filipowski gets fouled.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing the next 2 nights.
That's it.
How about the season he's having for Utah?
Sensational.
Really is.
He has been fun to watch. Keontae George. Unfortunately, George has missed now 5 in a row, and 8 of the last 9 with sprains to both ankles. I told you earlier that Jaren Jackson played only 3 games with Utah before he underwent surgery to remove a growth in his knee, as Kevin Durant has that ultra-high release point.
And sometimes it's not great to go against your idols right there. As we know, Ace Bailey, a huge Durant fan, but so efficient. KD.
Collier floats and misses. The last time these teams played, they played back-to-back games in Utah, split a pair. Bailey was able to disrupt it. Durant drive and dunk. There's Jabari Smith once again, as the Rockets have opened up their largest lead, and Smith is really giving the Jazz something to think about with 18 points here in this first half.
This is a big-time first half for him. Now Utah, not a lot of resistance defensively. Houston getting whatever they want.
Collier floats it up and misses. We have a whistle. That ball ends up out of bounds.
The field, 3-pointers, layups, really getting anything he wants on the offensive end.
You mentioned Utah's struggles defensively, and I think that's why so many people are excited to see Jaren Jackson. That ball hit the baseline. It's a turnover. The ball goes back to deficiency for the 3rd consecutive season, but things likely are going to be a little different next season, aren't they, Grant?
I agree, and we saw a little small sample size of the 3 of them playing together, and it was really something. Guarding the paint, that's what Will Hardy talked about, their ability with that length to get a different look defensively.
We had a foul called on the Rockets as Filipowski had good position. Filipowski being there, using Nurkic potentially.
I know.
I mean, a lot of size on this Jazz club and a lot of excitement when you throw in the young talent in the backcourt. Markkanen in traffic, can't get that to go as Eason elevates, takes that out of the air. Thompson and Durant playing catch. And then takes his time and throws it down.
And right now, Houston has been so good and so efficient in transition.
Bailey, back it goes to Sensabaugh. 18 fast break points for the Rockets into the first 2 quarters.
Getting stops and getting out and flying in transition.
Markkanen awfully late in the shot clock. Ball comes to Filipowski, and it is a shot clock violation.
And right
Lowry,
there.
yeah, Lowry pleads.
Big and make him shoot over length with the short clock.
Speaking of length, Thompson waltzes his way inside and drops it through. And that Rocket lead has ballooned to 21. Filipowski with a standstill 3. Smith on the boards. Here comes Thompson and the Rockets again. Thompson in towards Markkanen, lost the ball. Filipowski nearly had it knocked away by Şengün. Sent it ahead to Collier. Collier upstairs to Filipowski. Filipowski couldn't find it. Sensabaugh does. Markkanen on the weak side. He throws it down.
I'll tell you right now, Utah, they're 3 of 21 from the 3-point line, only 14%. So they've had some good looks, just not able to convert. Most importantly, they've not been able to get any stops here on this end.
Smith back to Eason. Shot clock winds to 3. Eason to the elbow. Smith inside, tips it in. What a huge first half for Jabari Smith. Smith is a blazing 8 of 9 from the field, 20 points. He's also grabbed a team-high 6 boards. Bailey backs up, sizes up Şengün. Thompson took it away from Filipowski. Thompson on the run. Rockets continue to attack, and this time it's Eason.
I mean, the fast break here has been something to watch, the unselfishness. And KD only 6 points here, or excuse me, 8 points, but he has been in facilitator mode with 8 assists as well.
Markkanen gets fouled.